Then you can, yeah, okay. So yesterday we were looking into if else and elif function statements, and then the loop we had looked into. Okay, so basically what we have done is like to see what is if and what is else and what is elif, what are these condition and how we can use it in Python. Okay, so basically whenever we have to pass through different condition, right, to check that condition, you have to do set of activities, right? So those kind of iterative process or not iterative process, those kind of manipulation, when we need it at that time, we can use these statement if else elif. If we are not getting the desired outcome which we were looking out, you can go to the next step using else statement, and then you do that task or that manipulation for me, and then print out the output. So that was something. So we had looked into if whether one number is greater than the other number, then print me this statement. So basically if 5 is greater than 2, then print me 5 is greater than 2. Okay, but if 2 is greater than 5, then print me this statement. So this condition has become false, so we will not get any desired output, right? Similarly we have seen for if and else, right? And then we have seen it if we have more than two conditions. Okay, then how we can use it in Python. So at that time we have something called as elif. Okay, if elif and then else at the end, the condition whatever, all the calculation or all the mathematical manipulation are fulfilled, then go to the else part if none of the above is true for me. Okay, so this was related to the if else and elif statement. Then we had looked into the for loop. So for loop was something when we have a redundant process and we want to automate it, right? At that time we try to use a for loop or while loop. So there are mostly two loops that we use it in Python. One is for loop and other one is while loop. Okay, so we had created one list as my list and we have passed the observation, and then we had seen how we can iterate all the observation with the help of for loop. Okay, so for I in my list, print I. Okay, so this is something as a variable. We can give any sort of variable there. So it can be I, it can be J, it can be ASDF, anything, right? Then we have seen like if we don't want to print the observation, if we want to print any other uh, observation or any other kind of string, so that also we can do in the print statement. Whatever output we need, we just have to pass that. Okay, then we had looked into if we want to do any sort of mathematical operation within the loop, right? So here we had tried with if a number is divisible by 2, then only you give me the output. So whatever number that was divisible by 2, so for that we have the syntax as if I percentage 2 equal to 0, right? If a number is divided by 2 and the remainder is 0, then only it will go and print me the output. Okay, then if you want some kind of cumulative sum, right? So that also we had seen where we had passed a new variable as 0, and it kept on adding my observation as it has passed through the loop. Okay, each iteration it has kept on adding, and I had got something like a cumulative sum also. The same kind of task we can also do it with the help of string when we want to do it in string. So for loop helps us in that way also. So I have iterated all the alphabet through this for loop. Okay, so this was thing, and the last part was inside the dictionary how we can look for all the observation, how we can look for the key, and how if we want to see both key and then the value pair that is present inside the dictionary, so that also we can see. We had also seen this while doing this during our dictionary creation as well. So the similar thing was there. Okay, so today we will look into while loop. While loop is also there. Okay. So while loop is something, first we have to pass the condition, and we have to see whether that condition is fulfilled or not. Okay, so for example, I'm just passing it like while a is less than 10. Okay, so then for me it should print a. Okay, and it should keep on printing until it happens. Okay, so first I'm defining a as 5. Okay, the first assignment I have to give it, right? So let me run this, and then what I'm seeing it, if my a is less, okay, until and unless my a is getting greater than this, greater than 10, you should keep on performing this loop task. Okay, so what it will do, it will print a, again it will come and it will add it a plus 1. Okay, and then again it will go inside the loop. Okay, again it will check whether my a is less than 10. Again it will enter inside. Again it will, if it is less, again it will go and add it. It will keep on happening until this condition become false. Okay, so if you see, so first time it has gone, it has seen like a is 5, so 5 is less than 10, it is true, it will come inside it. Again this manipulation will happen, 5 plus 1 it will become 6, again it will go inside the loop, and it will check 6 is less than 10, again it will go inside, it will keep on happening until it becomes 10. So 9 plus 1 will be 10, and once it comes out and go again in this while statement, so 10 is less than 10, so this condition will become false, and then it will terminate, the loop will terminate here, right? Okay, for example, if I write something like a is greater than 10, for example. Okay, now I'm doing it for my false condition. Okay, now when there is a false condition in my loop. Okay, so I'm doing something like this. So when I'm doing like this, so in first step only, this condition would become false here, right? And it will not enter it. So I will not get any sort of output, right? So when we have to check the condition, we try to use while loop. Okay. For example, in this same loop, I can also use something as else statement. Okay. For example, mm, when something like a condition is false, right? At that time, it should print me something. So for example, in this, right, I got the output, but I'm not aware like whether my loop has uh, stopped or not, right? So for that sort of activity, we can also do something like giving as a else part, while else. Okay, so for example, a is less than 10. Okay, the top assignment statement only I'm defining it, and then I am doing a print of a, whatever we have done it in the top. Okay, and then I am assigning it something like a equal to a plus 1. Okay, and now I am passing it something as else statement. So if my loop is going to end, then I can say it a is not less than 10. Okay, a is not less than 10. Understood, right? What I am doing it here. The same condition it is being followed here. Okay, but to give a better interpretation of our output, I am giving a else part. Okay, so if I run it, Okay, again I have to assign it here because it has already, A has increased. So see, it has printed me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then now once it became 10, it has printed me A is not less than 10. So that means my loop has terminated now. Okay, my loop has terminated now. Okay, so this was something related to while. Okay, so we have in with loop we have something also like continue and break in Python. Okay, so what does this mean? It means like keep on continuing the statement, okay, in the loop, and the break means now you break my for loop. Okay, for loop or while loop, you can break at that point. Okay, so for example, I will give you my string equal to hello. Okay, I'm defining one string as my string equal to hello. Okay, and I'm going and checking, like if I am going and checking if I have a alphabet equal to E, okay, then it should keep on continuing to print my letter. Okay, so for example, for letters in my string, okay, check a condition if letters equal to E, okay, equal to E, then you should continue it. The indentation part, okay, you should continue it. Okay, you should continue it to print my letters, letters. So this would be something here. Okay, that would be with below if. Okay, so if it gets E, okay, if it gets E in my string, it will keep on printing the other letter that is present. Okay, let me run this and let me print this. Okay, so you will see here wherever it got E, after that it has continued printing my other letter. Okay, the same activity I can do it for break. Okay, for example, let me copy this. Okay, so for example, if whenever it got a E string, okay, E in my string, it should break the statement there itself. It should not go it should not proceed with the further manipulation or further tasks. Okay, so see, it got E at the second place only, and it has breaked. It has not continued with my for loop. Okay, so that is something related with continue and break. Okay, we can also do this manipulation in when we have uh, numeric kind of observation. For example, I have used it like greater than number, right? So let me use it same thing. Okay, so for example, A is less than 5, and if A becomes 2, okay, A becomes 2, then it should break. Okay, then it should break, and this print will come here outside this break statement, and then same manipulation part. Okay, so what it will do, let me define A equal to 5. Okay, so first initialization of A is 5, so my A is 5. Okay, not 5. Let me 1. Okay, a equal to 1 in my first instance. So it will go and check this condition, right? Okay, so first it will go and check it. So 1 is less than 5, true, correct? So this, it will again enter into this condition. So 1 equal to 2, no. Again, it will go inside, right? Then it will print me 1. Okay, again it will come here. Then it will, what it will do? 1 plus 2, right? Again it will go inside. So 2 is less than 5. Yes, true. It will come inside, right? Now this condition will be something 2 equal to 2. So this condition became true, right? It will come here and it will break the statement. It will not proceed further for any kind of manipulation. Okay, so you see an output as 1 itself. Okay, for example, if I define 0 here, okay, so you will see 0 and 1 as the output. Okay, so here also you can, when you have a condition to be stopped, you can use a break statement there. Okay, so this was related with for and while loop and break and continue statement. So we have few important functions, okay, of Python. Okay, so for example, for NumPy we have not gone through those functions. So there is something called as range function. Okay, there is a function called range. Okay, so what it does, it will print you an observation, same as arrange you were looking in NumPy, right? If you remember NumPy when we were using arrange function, right? Yes, it is similar kind of that only. So for example, for I in range, suppose you are giving it as 10, right? So yesterday we had seen like we are passing my list here, right? Instead of this, we were passing something as my list, right? Wherever all the observations were present, it was going and picking it from there, right? So right now I am defining my list as range 10. Okay, then I am doing a print of I. Okay, so what it will do, it will pick from 0. So it will start, range function will start from 0 only, and it will have an observation of 0 till 9, right? 0 till 9 it will have, and then it will go and assign it to this variable I, and then it will help me to print I. So print I will, what it will do, it will keep on printing all the observation from 0 until it has the end part, right? So if I run this, you can see I have an observation of 0 to 9. Okay, it can also have a range like a lower boundary and upper boundary as well. So for example, for I in range, suppose I give it from 5 to 10. Okay, and then I am giving I. Okay, so what it will do, it will pick from 5, it will start from 5 and print till 9. Okay, print till 9. Okay. After that, it is also having like step. If we want to have like 2 spaces between each number or 3 spaces between each number, so that also we can pass as a parameter. Okay, for example, for I in range, suppose we start from 2 to 11 and give a space of 3. Okay, and I. Okay, if you can see it here as 2, 5 and 8. Okay, it has given 2, 5 and 8. After every observation, it has gone and given a space of 3. Okay, right? We can also, like if we are going and creating any sort of data structure, right? So in that also we can go and define it range function. So for example, if I want to create list, okay, for example, I'm creating a list, so I can give it as range, and then I can define it as 2, 11, 3. Okay, I can define it, like this. So if I run this, and if I go and print B, I will have 2, 5, and 8. Right. So this range function helps us in creating a data structure, right? Okay. So we had seen something as enumerate function, right? When we were dealing with the data type, right? In enumerate, right? When we are looking out enumerate function of dictionary, or if also with a list also, while we were creating it, we are seeing it, right? So can you tell me like how we had used this enumerate function? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. How we had used this enumerate function while we were dealing with uh, dictionary or list, we were dealing it during our data structure classes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you. Okay, so when we want to see the observations, okay, so for loop will help us in getting those observation, right? How we had seen it with hello world and all the strings was getting printed, right? But if we want to see the index position also, right? So at that time, enumerate function would help us in getting that as well. Okay, for example, if I say like I was telling about my string, right? My string, my string equal to hello world. Okay, hello, I am giving it, right? And then I am trying to print this, okay, for I in my string, suppose, and then it is printing I. Okay, so it is giving me hello, but if I'm not able to see like at what index position these are present, right? I'm not getting that information. So enumerate function helps us giving us the output with the index position. So for example, if I write here as for I in, okay, for I in enumerate, okay, enumerate, and then I'm passing this my string here. Okay, my string, okay, my string, and then I am doing a print of I. Okay, so you will be able to see like corresponding to each of the alphabet there is a index position also, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So at that time enumerate function helps us identify the index position as well. Okay,
Okay.
ठीक.
This will show index position along with data, right?
Correct, exactly,
Okay.
along with my string,
Yeah.
whatever observation that is present, I would be getting that as well.
Okay.
So now this has came uh, side by side, right? If I want to print it vertically, okay, if I want to print it vertically, okay, so can you tell me like how we can do that with the help of for loop? So basically, my requirement is it should print me this index, then below that this index below that, this index below that, this index below that, this index below that. Right now it is giving me side by side, right? So with the help of for loop, can you just let me know how we can do that? Anyone?
No idea.
Okay. So right now I'm passing it only one variable here, right? Right now I'm passing it here only one variable, and all my observation it is going and occupying the space here itself. I have a privilege. I can also pass here two variables. Okay. For example, for A and B in enumerate, okay, my string, okay, my string, and then I can give it as print A and then print B. Okay. So if I run this, now you will see I am getting a vertical output. Okay. So my index has gone in this position and my observation has gone in this position. Okay. So first it is printing A, which is my index 0. Okay. And then again it is going and printing my observation, which is B. Okay. Here H. Again go inside. Again it will check for the second index that is present in A. It will go and print 1, the observation that is present. So E is the observation. Okay. So this way we can print the vertical output of our index and observation. Got it? Okay. So we have something in. Yeah, something as in. So in SQL you might have read about, you would have worked in, right? When we want to see gender in male and female, all the observation I need to get it of male and female. So we can use as operator, right? So we can also use something similar in Python as well. Okay, so whenever we get a matching, for example, A in, okay, how we can create a list? How we can create list?
With range or and numpy range maybe.
So I want to create a list. Okay, so give me the syntax how I can create a list.
Okay.
What kind of bracket we use for list?
Square bracket.
Yeah.
We use a square bracket. Right? So directly I can write something like this here. Okay, this is my one of list. Okay, now if I have A present in this list, okay, A in, okay, so in is, it is present in my list. Okay, so it will return me. If not present, then it would return me false. Okay, if I write here, so A was present in my defined list, right? So it has given me true. For example, I go and check something like H. Suppose it's school. Okay, so tell me what would be the output?
False.
False.
It will give me false, right? Because capital H is not present in school, right? And Python is a case sensitive language, right? Okay. Okay, now tell me how to create a dictionary. How you can create a dictionary. Hello.
The
How
value
to
with
create?
curly braces.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me how to create a dictionary.
With the curly bracket.
Okay, I'm giving a curly bracket. Go ahead.
You can give a key and then the value.
Okay, so I'm giving a key as 1, and then after
And then the colon and then the value.
equal to.
Is it equal to or colon?
Okay, you have to give colon and value, right? For
Yeah.
example, I'm giving 100. So this is my one key value pair observation, right? If I want to create another one, then I have to pass key 2 and then another observation, right? If I want to create another one, key 3, I can give something like this. So as many as I want, I can create key value pair, something like this. And if I want to create keep it in any other variable, I can do like this, right? Now my D is having key and value pair observation of like a dictionary, right? So now if I type key 1 in D, okay, 1 in D, so what it would return me?
True.
It will return me true because key 1 is present in my D dictionary, right?
Yeah.
So it would return me true. Okay. For example, I want to get the value. Okay. I want to see any of the value. Okay. So how we can access the value of a dictionary?
D dot values.
D dot value. So for example, if I want to see 200 is present in my dictionary, so what I will do 200 in D dot values, right? D dot values. Okay. So 200 is present, right? So it would return me
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was related with the in operator. Okay. So there is something also called as shuffle. So shuffle is something shuffling my observations, right? So we have a package random. Okay. So for using this shuffle, what I have to do first, I have to import this random. Okay. So from random import shuffle, shuffle. So when you will study about linear regression, right? So when we have to use like variable reduction technique, right? So at that time you would be seeing like we are for one of the technique we are using shuffle. Okay, where we want to see which variable we should include in our model. Okay, so see shuffle there also, but basically the concept of this shuffle is whenever we want to randomize our observation. Okay, so for example, I'm creating here as list. Okay, I'm creating one list here. Okay, so and my list I will have all the observation. Okay, and now if I simply if I write suffer and I write L. Okay, and now if I go and do my print of a list, so you would see my numbers are shuffled, right? So shuffled is also one of the important function. Sometimes we use it. Okay. Okay. So randint we have studied it, right? Where we have studied randint
in numpy arrays when you
in numpy array, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, so this was related with for loop, while loop, and the functions, few of the functions. Okay, in Python, basic functions, not the